How's it going, guys? Just another episode here, episode 2 of the craft beer chit chat. Joined today with my brother Danny, Mark Smith here. Let them tell you a little bit about themselves, and then we're gonna get into tasting some great beers. We're at Old Bakery Brewery today, trying some of their more seasonal beers up here. You can see them up front, and we'll kind of go through them and describe them as we go. But yeah, Danny, you can go and start. Tell them a little about yourself.
Yeah, I'm a fitness enthusiast. Been in the fitness industry my entire adult life and career. Also love chasing thrills, almost as much as I love craft beer. And we're here to taste some of those finer things in life. Also recently became an avid runner, and now I can drink any beer I want, so I'm here to try all of them.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Mark. I'm owner of Canceling Productions and KP2 Barbecue. I ran a lot when I was younger, so I don't run anymore. I just drink beer.
You got to do you,
man.
Yeah,
for sure.
So we are in Old Bakery Brewery, which is a fabulous craft beer in Alton. We discovered this probably about 4 years ago, about a month after they opened, and I have been putting all my allowance money into their coffers ever since. So we have some great beers that they have, 2 of my all-time favorites.
Hey, what was that you were saying just a little bit ago about the organic breweries in the U.S.?
Right, so this is one of the few breweries, craft breweries in the United States that are certified organic by the United States government. And what that means is their hops, their chicory, and their product they use in their beer cannot come from any farm that had any pesticide use in the last 5 years, and that's been certified by the federal government, so we can trust them.
Super interesting fact.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's dive into some of these. What's the first one up? What are we going to do first?
Looks like we got the Digital Native Mango. It's a dry hopped IPA with some mango juice and flavor.
So, yeah, it looks. What's our percentage on here, guys? 5.8. Yeah, 5.8. Yeah. So, really interested to give this one a go.
So this is actually a new release that they came out with just a couple weeks ago. They've had, and we'll talk about this in the next craft beer, but it's actually a spin-off of their Digital Native Pineapple. But this is the mango, and it's delicious.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. Definitely, it tastes like an IPA, but it drinks incredibly smooth. Like, I could drink a lot of these, and at 5.8%, it might get a little dangerous.
Yeah.
But it's good.
And this is a little bit heavier on my palate than the pineapple, which I'm very familiar with. I was hopelessly addicted to this the first time they made this a couple years ago. And the real difference is the mango flavoring to me is a little bit heavier on the tongue. But like Jeff said, it is delicioso, and you can drink a lot of it. It is not a heavy beer.
No, yeah, you can taste hops. It's good.
I get a big rush of hops right off the get-go, which I actually kind of like. I'm a big fan of IPAs. I love the hops. That's kind of my draw. But the leftovers after you finish that, you get the mango that kind of hangs around in the mouth, which is good.
Right. You get a lot of great flavor in your sinuses, which to me is the real test of a craft beer. It's not how it hits your tongue or how it hits your stomach. It's how it mellows in your sinuses after you take out a breath. And this has got a really nice fruity mango. It's not as heavy as I was really worried about when they first told me they were making it. It is not a real syrupy, thick fruit aftertaste. It's still fairly light on your palate.
Yeah, something like this, I would feel like would be something you drink with dinner. Maybe have 1, maybe 2,
Yes.
but I could see myself putting down more than that.
Yeah. Luckily, they sell them in 4-packs.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on. So we got the Digital Native. This is the pineapple, right?
Yep. This is
same ABV. We're at 5.8. Yeah, 5.8%.
It is a 5.8.
Definitely has a stronger fruity aroma than the mango does.
Yeah, they made this. I think they first came out with this 2 years ago. Is the best sitting on the deck summer beer I have found in a long time. This ranks within one of my top 3 of all time craft beers. Of course, I am only 55. I've only had about 10,000 craft beers, so
It's only a couple 100,000 left to try.
yeah, a couple 100,000.
You do it all in your lifetime.
Yep. And this is just a really light aroma. It's light on your palate. It's not nearly as heavy of pineapple in your sinuses as the mango is, in my opinion. Just a great sitting on the deck summer beer.
Yeah. So, I mean, and both of these 2 are dry hopped IPAs. And if I'm not mistaken, so another thing with this beer chit chat, guys, is none of us are beer experts. We like beer. We like to drink it. We like to think of ourselves as experts. We're not. You know, we're not. But if I'm not mistaken, dry hopped is they don't actually put the hops into the mash when they're cooking it, correct?
It has to do with sitting in a basket during the fermentation period.
Yes.
It absorbs the flavor and aroma that way.
Right. It's an after flavor. It's an after boost after the mash, but delicioso.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's not as it doesn't punch you in the face as hard as a normal IPA would. So
Yeah.
if you're not really, you're like, I don't really like IPAs, try a dry hopped one. I recommend these Old Bakery Brewery ones, but try a dry hopped one and make it a little bit tamer for you.
And I think the IBUs in these are all, at least for the mango and the pineapple, I think they run in like in the mid 20s to low 30s. So their IBU rating is actually fairly low for an IPA.
And for those of you that don't know what IBU is, International Bitter Unit. So basically, it just tells you the higher the IBU, the more bitter, the more powerful that beer is going to punch you in the face, basically.
Right. Normally, when like I'm a 40 to 50, I top out at about 40 to 50 IBUs. My brother's more of a 90, but I've got a friend in Texas who would love a 200 IBU.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
It's like drinking sand.
Yeah, that's
And my brother Steve in Kansas City, I mean, he's a dry hop guy. He loves the IBUs to be up in the 80s and the 90s, and he probably wouldn't shy away from anything to be about 200.
Interesting.
all right. Next one we got up is the old Oktoberfest here. So this is a popular one.
Well, this is new to me. I haven't had this before.
Every brewery in existence does an Oktoberfest. However, not all created equal. I've never had Old Bakery's Oktoberfest, so I'm interested to kind of see how I like it.
The color seems to be about the same as most Oktoberfests,
Yeah.
you would think. It's got a really deep, rich amber look in the glass.
I approve. It has been approved. It's good. I will drink.
Oh, that's
One
very
more.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very smooth.
And I'm not normally an Oktoberfest kind of guy. I mean, I'm not a pumpkin spice Oktoberfest guy on my palate, but this is really kind of light. So I could see myself drinking this as soon as they run out of the.
It's not
the
an overbearing kind of Oktoberfest flavor.
Love the color though. You gotta love the color in the glass.
Definitely. Deep amber is good. It's 5.7% alcohol by volume. 100% delicious.
Very.
Interesting. It's I can't put my finger on it, but it's not as, I think Danny might have said, it's not as heavy as most of them. Like this is.
It's a milder
easier,
kind of flavor.
Yeah, it's a lot milder than most Oktoberfests that I've had before. So
Well, it's got Munich malt. I don't know if that's what makes it a little bit more mild. It seems
Definitely
like when
tastes
I've
malty.
had Oktoberfest, when we go into St. Louis and do like a Schlafly's or some other craft beer down there, it's almost too thick on my palate. You know, that's why
I know
I
what
steer
you're
away
saying,
from
yep.
it.
I agree. The flavor kind of just overbears anything else in the beer. Yep.
it's good.
Agreed. It is good.
Very, very much approved. This is Jeff approved.
So the next in line is our blueberry, kind of blueberry. It is I'm reading line, call it?
It's a Kolcsh.
A Kolcsh style ale. It's pretty good blueberries.
Really know a lot about? Do you know?
I think a Kolcsh is a German kind of ale, kind of like a lighter pale ale. I'm not a craft beer expert.
Well, me neither.
I've always experienced that Kolsch is a little bit lighter, kind of like a
Yeah.
blonde or
Yeah,
a golden
I know they're
ale.
lighter.
So it's not like a German, but it'd be more like a
Yeah,
German
More
style.
German
I know-
style, yeah. It
Bavarian.
is wheat.
I've had some
Wheat.
Kolsch's before, and I've not been a fan. So we'll see how this one goes.
So this
I'm
has-
interested in the blueberry. That's my big draw. Is I like a little bit of a fruity taste in some
Well,
of
it's
these
got
beers.
great aroma. It smells just like fresh
It
blueberries.
smells like blueberry.
This is a
100%.
4.8 alcohol by volume, and this is in, if you look at the label of the can, it is in memory of Miles Davis, who was born in East St. Louis, a famous trumpet player from this area, and
Didn't see that.
was released in 1959. Kind of Blue was a recorded masterpiece of his. So this is part of a Miles Davis.
I'll tell you what
Tribute.
this is. This is a blueberry Capri Sun.
Yeah,
It
this
has
is
alcohol in it.
This is
It is
good.
quite delicious.
Like I said before, I'm not a huge fan of the Kolsch, but this Kolsch is pretty
Wow,
solid.
the blueberry flavor is just
Strong.
oh my gosh.
This strong. Yeah, if you don't like blueberries, don't drink this
Oh
beer.
yeah, it tastes as strong as it smells in blueberry. So I don't know if we should have this for breakfast and pancakes. Is that what you do with this?
Yeah. Are you saying you mix this in your pancakes?
I'm
and
kind
now
of
you have
wondering.
pancake beer?
Yeah,
Well,
Beer pancakes.
I'm looking at like blueberry barbecue. I'm gonna try this shit. So
it's good.
Blueberry beer shake.
yeah.
Get some ice cream.
Oh wow, that is just very light.
All right, Mark. So after tasting all 4 of these, what would you say is your all-time favorite and why?
Well, it's kind of a weighted test because I've been a fan of the digital native pineapple for years and years. I was looking forward to the mango. I still say the pineapple beats the mango by about 0.1%. The pineapple still is a 9.8 in my book. The mango is probably about a 9.5. It's just right on its heels. The Oktoberfest, because I'm not a real big fan, I mean, I would score that high. I'm very impressed with that. I'm normally not an Oktoberfest guy. The blueberry, I'm not that much of a fruit beer kind of guy. I could definitely see myself having a glass of this, but if I'm going to have more than one, I'm probably going to have to shift to something else. But very nice. All 4 are nice.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a tie between pineapple and the Oktoberfest. Blueberry's good, but like Mark, I couldn't drink a lot of it. I imagine myself starting to feel a little queasy after drinking too many of these. It's the sweetness is a little too much to
Kind
do
of
a lot
Kool-Aid.
of.
Kind of
Yeah.
Kool-Aid-y.
But the Oktoberfest and the digital native pineapple, yeah, solid right there, 100%.
I'm going to concur on the blueberry. It's just overbearing. It is very, very flavorful, and I think it's absolutely delicious. But like Mark said, a glass, and that's going to be enough for me. I'm going to go with digital native mango as my favorite. I think it's just, I like the extra hoppy kind of flavor. It seems like it's a little bit more smacky in the face.
So did you
And
feel
I'm a
that
big
you
fan
got
of
more
that.
hops out of the mango than the pineapple?
I felt like I did.
Okay. Because I know in talking to the brewers, I'm very curious about how they put all these together. What I kind of suspected and what I found out when I talked to them is that brewery craft beer from this location is very similar to the way we run barbecue, and that is that we have 4 or 5 base recipes, and then you can modify on top of those and come up with 8 or 9 different flavor palettes. And that's what they do with some of their craft beers is they have like 4 or 5 real distinctive brews, but then they can splinter off and add things to them and make 5 or 6 beers out of each splinter. So definitely very, very nice. I'm real impressed with the Oktoberfest personally.
Yeah,
I'm not an Oktoberfest guy, but I could really see myself drinking this
If
more.
I buy a mix 6, I don't put an Oktoberfest in there, but this might sneak its way in.
yeah, it's solid for sure. So
The blueberry we're going to sell at the Kool-Aid stand on the corner market.
Yep, we will be checking IDs. Thanks.
It's not sweet, but it has that impression on my palate and in my nose. It's the blueberries make it kind of sweet, whether the sugar content's high or not.
I feel like this would trick me into thinking I'm rehydrating because I feel like it's almost like a Gatorade kind of flavor.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, beer is mostly water anyway, so
Right.
you technically are hydrating when you drink beer.
So what you're saying is after my run, I should just drink a beer.
Yeah, why not?
That's a good idea.
Sure, why not?
I'm the professional runner here. I think you need to drink too.
You know what? I'm gonna just get a growler for my run tonight. Sounds good.
Growlers from OBB are a great deal. I highly recommend you guys coming down to Alton, pick yourself up a growler. It is a fabulous price. I've got 3, and they are always in rotation.
Yeah, and the kitchen's on point. Just had a couple of their wings and some of their pretzels. Definitely hits the spot if you're gonna have a couple beers and get a flight.
I know Matt, he runs the kitchen. I'd highly recommend it. He's got a really good palate. He's got a good idea of putting some new combinations together. So if you're down in the Alton area this fall, doing a river road run for the fall colors on the trees on the bluff, come on in and have a beer. You'll definitely enjoy it.
Yeah, cool. Well, that's all the time we got for today. Thanks for doing this, guys.
Jeff, thanks for having us on.
Check out KP2's Instagram. Some of the best barbecue you'll ever have. He's here at Alton every Saturday, farmers market, selling his stuff. Sells out every time. Better get here early if you want to get some. I'll put our Instagram handles in the comments if you want to watch the full length of this video. YouTube link is in the bio. Leave us a comment, leave us a DM, let us know what you think. We're always open to feedback. As like I said, we're not experts. We're looking to grow. We're looking to learn, and just share our love of beer with everybody else. So,
That's good. Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for
Peace.
having us.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks.